Jared Ayers buys and sells cattle all over the United States.
They've been grazing out all summer. Some of them get supplemented with feed, especially depending on the weather where it's dry. That usually will increase to make up for the loss of production on grass.
Dry weather leads to low creek beds and ponds.
The number one challenge is actually drinking water for the livestock. That puts you in a position when the water table's low like that, it puts you in a position to where if you don't have city water or county water to a property, you may have to be forced into selling your livestock early.
Farmers say since August they have not seen adequate rainfall. Along with pastures not as green and not able to produce as much hay, some farmers are also concerned with low yields. That's the amount produced for the market or consumer.
It's affecting pastures. We're already starting to feed some hay, which you really don't want to do this early in the season, but you don't have a choice. If you've got cattle, you got to keep some hay to them.
There's 125 acres here in Boyle County. Welty says for his purposes, the water levels have left a lot to be desired.
It's going to take a while to recharge the soil profile with moisture.
Probably as dry actually as I can remember. Our creeks are almost completely dried at the farm, so that brings up its own issues with water.
It's not bad everywhere though. Areas south and east of Berea have received several inches of rain. Other parts of Kentucky have missed out. In Garrett County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.